Basement Bookers Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast. It's me, Basement Jared. The year is 2023, and people are still telling me wrestling is scripted. Wrestling is scripted. With me is my co-host, Rich Derez. Welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast, everybody.
Still the champ.
Great. Now we're going to
Spoiler
talk
alert.
about Backlash, the aftermath of Backlash, and what it did and how everybody feels.
That's the segue to Backlash, huh?
What should I do?
I don't know.
Last Saturday was Backlash, and this Saturday we're going to talk about Backlash.
That's right, Jer. And the opening match in Backlash was the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair.
That's right. At the first match of Backlash was Io Sky versus Bianca Belair in a smooth transition from the beginning, straight up your tailpipe into your mouth. All over your face, neck, and chest. Bianca Belair and Io Sky tore it down, tore it up, did it up, went there together. Rich, what do you think about this match? That was good.
First off, I like the match. Good, solid opener. I like that we had storyline progression with the tension within Damage Control.
Sexual tension between us and Bayley and the scissors that attacked her pants at Backlash.
Those were pants. Those were good pants. I like those pants. Would like to see more/less of those pants.
Bianca Belair used her one hand and hoisted up Io Sky and dropped her on her stupid face. That's power right there.
I did forget about that.
Okay.
That was
She
almost
did that,
very bad.
Okay. And when I say that, I mean the heel, which was supposed to be apparently, because I don't know, I think the Puerto Rico wanted Io Sky to win the belt. It looked like there was a shift there. I wonder if they could have just did like Rock Hogan and just for that match, just flip it just to see. That could be fun. It probably would have been better if the finish wasn't so predictable. I watched it live and I said exactly what was going to happen. And not exactly what I said happened. So next we had Seth Rollins beat Omos. What a contest.
Despite Omos attacking Seth before the bell, which, it's par for the course for a heel, particularly being managed by MVP. It took a super stomp. I don't remember if it was off the second rope or the top rope.
All he did was go on the top rope or top or second rope. This is also something that was readily predicted easily here. There's no reason for the future winner of the Seth Rollins Please Don't Go Heavyweight Championship to lose to Omos. And a Backlash, it was just what you would expect. It's not as fun as, say, if he was fighting Brock Lesnar or Braun Strowman, but, you got to put him in there with different guys.
Yeah. I think basically they're just building Omos's resume. They're having him they're giving him some high-profile matches against high-profile people right now to build him up so he can finally ultimately become the monster they want him to be, which maybe by next Mania.
Or this Mania. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Omos is going to wrestle Bad Bunny at WrestleMania 40, probably. Or Logan Paul. One of those guys.
Oh, maybe Logan Paul.
Yeah, maybe Logan Paul and Bad Bunny.
Triple threat for the clout.
Or Logan Paul's iCloud account.
Yo.
The winner gets that, whatever that means. It was Austin Theory versus Chunky Boy Bronson Reed and the almighty Bobby Lashley. This, of course, went exactly as I said it would, with Austin Theory doing the old take. I'm out of here, you guys, and then just, do the Yoki dope rope-a-dope on poor Bobby Lashley there. But it did work when it needed to on Friday night because Bobby Lashley finally learned a thing. He won his qualifier. A lot good it did him because we all knew it was going to be Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles for it only to be Seth Rollins anyway. The most predictable world title tournament ever. I called it before Seth even won his match. It's just academic here. Oh, about this match. It was fine, I guess.
You should totally insert the clip or the reel of what you said would happen and then it happening.
Yeah, last time I did that, YouTube copyright struck me on my own reel.
Nice.
So I don't want to... I had to remove
You can't
it from
use
the
that.
episode.
It belongs to you.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. It's so stupid.
Oh.
It's on the Basement Bookers Pod IG.
There you go.
Man, I hate YouTube. This was Rhea Ripley versus the entire island nation of Puerto Rico for us all to be folded up like a pretzel, exactly like I said was going to happen. We all knew this. It was, I wasn't expecting for Captain Puerto Rico to come out in the form of Zelina Vega, but I was feeling pretty good about it. There was never a doubt in my mind that it wouldn't end the way it did. So look, I get it. We're all impressed with the chancla. Listen, maybe I'm somebody who's traumatized, but I didn't need that. All right. I didn't need that. Okay. It's not some trope. It's not something you just make fun of. It doesn't bring back good memories. Okay. So I would appreciate if you stop that shit. Okay. I waited till 13 minutes to drop that one because then it's fine. Anyway,
I thought the chancla spot was funny.
you would
Having
do
not
that. You would.
right, right.
You would.
Having being threatened with a chancla, but never actually chased with, or I think I was hit by a chancla once. They hurt.
What
They
you
give
do as
good.
an adult is different than being a child, Rich. There is. You
No,
should
I
have.
was I was a young adult at the time.
I was 25, right? Okay. And then what happened?
Irregardless,
Oh, so you were
uh,
25.
it was a good match for what it was. It had that little bit of comedy slash nostalgia moment, and then we had the match. Zelina Vega had a good showing, but there was never a doubt, as you mentioned, that Rhea Ripley was going to literally fold an entire island in half.
This abomination of a tag team match. This was done intentionally to harm the reputation of the Basement Bookers podcast. Okay, specifically because we have a champion that is not a real champion. Okay, I want to state that for the record. Okay, this is all a conspiracy against me from the highest forms of power. I have it on good authority that the outcome of this match was changed because I was picking up way too much momentum. Way too much momentum. Okay, so Rich DeRiz stooged to the office so he could stay champion. I have never, ever cheated or used my influence to retain this championship. I've always fought hard. I've always gone out there and I make the difficult guesses. I just don't go out there agreeing with everything until it's convenient for me. That's what Rich DeRiz does. Now, that being said, I did lose, but it was the illegitimate champion, Rich DeRiz, throwing his weight around. I don't have any proof, I don't have any evidence, and I most certainly don't know who they are. But you have to trust that this was all a part of an elaborate conspiracy theory. You need to shave with Occam's razor because then you'll know that the simplest solution is the truth. That's all I got to say. That was a good match, I guess.
It was definitely a good match. I did not throw any sort of weight around. I don't know what you're talking about. All I did was call my buddy Shmuley and
All I know
let him know.
is that you texted me with fear so that you made a call and things were they did it on the fly. Some people do it. And I knew something was suspicious because for a while the referee was on the earpiece or something. I get it. I get it. I get it. The office wants a controllable champion. They don't want some unstable lunatic representing the Basement Bookers podcast, whatever the heck that means. But I will be the champion again. And then the inmates run the asylum. Because if you want me to be that, I will be that.
The Basement Championship is an important title, and it needs to be held by someone with a certain air of dignity about them.
Rich the Riz, you
I
are
don't
the
know.
world's oldest hall monitor. That's what you are, and that's what you'll always be.
Don't make me get my sash.
See, we all know. I mean, the defense rests. The defense rests, or the prosecution. I don't know what that was. So the jury, people of the jury.
Regarding the match itself, we almost saw Solo hit the spike on main event Jay.
You know, I think when the tribal chief becomes the world heavyweight universal tag team champions at Night of Champions and then enters himself into the Money in the Bank ladder match and cashes in on Seth Rollins and becomes the undisputed universal heavyweight tag team champions
Of all things.
of all things, you know, because it was the Usos that gave the tribal chief an idea. Like, what are you dedicated a tag team to me for? I'm not even a tag team.
Mhm. That was
I'm going to
great.
dedicate this match to the world's the greatest tag team ever. And I was watching it with my wife, and I'm like, yeah, Alpha and Sika. And he's like, Alpha and Sika, the Wild It's like, oh my god.
Not their daddy, his daddy.
There's only one thing that should happen at Night of Champions, and it might not happen, but it should. Roman Reigns should take his first pinfall loss, and it's going to be in a tag team match, so it doesn't matter. And Sami Zayn should pin him, and that'll close that out. But then it's like, even if he's on Raw, I don't think the Tribal Chief would leave that shit alone. So either way, I would love that. But I mean, unless they're going to give them the belts, Solo's probably going to have to let down the Chief or something. But I just don't see this.
They could always do some sort of skewed ending.
They'll have Solo Sikoa carry all 4 tag titles.
Hmm.
And then Roman will just have his, and he'll just have all the gold. And then Roman Reigns is gonna challenge Rhea Ripley at Survivor Series. He'll challenge Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in a winner takes all match, and he just stacks them up and just pins them. Or like maybe like he's so strong he could, like, you know how like Roman's spot is, like he would do like the one arm like power bomb you type of deal, but like he'll get both of them, like one on each arm, and just drop them and then just pin both of them. Just straight up, and then just have all the championships. And then he's got to wrestle against Austin Theory and the Ring General.
Gunta.
Then he'll beat them too. And then just have all the belts. And then just melt it all down into one giant super championship. The super colossal, undisputed, forever weight champion. Roman Reigns. And then he'll
Champion of all
rule for
things.
1,000 years. They'll have to make a new wrestling Mount Rushmore with Roman Reigns' giant head, and then just like the bloodline, just smaller. It's mostly the Tribal Chief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
but Heyman's a little bigger than the Usos, but just further in the background.
Yeah. There was a match in this conversation, but nonetheless,
That's
a
right.
lot of all the dramatics. You don't come here for all that. You come here for what the skinny is, okay? And the 411 is things ain't looking too good on the island of relevancy right now for the Usos, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
or the brothers Uso,
They
as
are the
they're
problem.
called. Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget Bad Bunny versus Priest. That
Yeah,
was
it's in
actually
here.
before that. Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. Do you wanna be the captain? Do you want to be the captain?
You were complaining about being the captain before.
Do you want to be the captain?
You're welcome. I did say this the other day. We were talking
The
about
other day?
Yeah.
You want to use the
Maybe
other
last
day?
week. I don't
You
know what
want
other
to
day it was.
you
It
you
was
want to
it was
use
another day that was not today.
you want to use recollection? You want to
Listen,
use recollection with me?
when it works, I will use it.
You want to recall with me? You over here? You recalling with me?
It's like, wait, something in my brain. I remember. That's my occasional superpower usage, and that's it for the week.
Man, what an empty sacker. Anyway, let's do this here. This was for mi gente. This is about friends making money with friends. This is about the biggest match in the history of Puerto Rico. Everyone was there, from Savio Vega to Carlito, to the ghost of Eddie Guerrero, who's, from Mexico, but, whatever.
LWO.
The LWO was representing. It was the LWO red, white, and blue, obviously. I did see a sea of LWO shirts, but not as much as I thought I would see. Look, there's just something strange about Finn Balor being backed off by old ass Savio Vega that just okay, whatever. I mean, it's not like there's two of you and him, and then the other guys came, albeit slowly, but here we are. Um, yeah, it was cool. It was good. Your regular hardcore match. Priest legs get messed up and gives him a weakness for the Bunny Man to exploit, and they really put the proverbial foot on the gas. They really pushed up that hill with a bike and came back with the motorcycle. Uh, a cool motorcycle with the Puerto Rican flag on it, and they rode it together as a family. Um, Two hometown heroes out there together fighting because honor demands satisfaction. It's about family. It's about the family that you meet, you make. All those things. Hmm.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. You were like stuck on cliches for a minute there.
What do you mean? I was describing the match. All of those things were in the
You didn't
match.
say fun. It was a fun match.
Oh, fun! If you
Yeah.
want, like, if you get off on two friends destroying each other physically, knowing they might not be the same after that. I'm the unstable one.
I'm
Okay.
just saying
Well,
it was a fun match. But to your point, they really should someone should ask, why would Finn Balor back down from Savio Vega? Before they do it. When someone's laying out how this is happening, someone should have asked, why would Finn Balor back down from Savio Vega one on one?
because Finn Balor knows that he faces not Savio Vega alone, but he faces Quang and the legions he commands. That's right. If you're
Quang.
if you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, Savio Vega's Quang. Or he was. I don't know if he still is. I don't know how that works. If it's something that you always are, you know,
I think Quang is
are you always
under the rug.
Quang?
I think he's just it's under the rug. It's Savio Vega.
Interesting. Yeah.
I will reiterate what everyone has pretty much said about this match in that number one, Priest carried what he had to, and that was great. Being a veteran, the veteran that he is. I'm glad that management is starting to see him as a main event star, and I look forward to what that will turn into. And as far as Bad Bunny, I think it's really, really difficult to argue that he is not the best celebrity wrestler. Logan
Uh,
Paul is up there, but I feel like Bad Bunny is doing a little more. We'll see.
I don't agree. I think maybe like physically because he's doing like a hardcore match, but I think it's unfair because if you are you going by this match because this was a hardcore match, there wasn't really any like there's no like real like super psychology here. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's not like Logan Paul wrestled Roman Reigns at a Saudi Arabia event.
That's true.
Like the I don't think and like a regular match. He's done regular matches. None of this street fight stuff. All his stuff has been regular matches and have been good. So I think Logan Paul's better than Bad Bunny, you know.
Mhm.
And Bad Bunny had I don't know who did Roman's match, but Bad Bunny it was Priest, him, and the Brian Kendrick that put this match together.
Mhm.
So I don't know what the point of that was, but Logan Paul wrestled Roman Reigns. Logan Paul wrestled Roman Reigns. the undisputed Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you put respect on his name? He didn't win, but they was talking about that match. It was real good, dude. I think he's better, but I guess we can, we don't always have to agree.
I'm
But I
probably, to be fair, I'm probably a victim of my own memory. So I'll say this: if you are a casual fan and you like this celebrity involvement, it's a good time for you right now.
I'd love to see Bad Bunny try to do a better buckshot lariat than Hangman. Okay, which
Hmm.
is what Logan Paul can do.
I think I think
So
I think I think Bunny would could do a better buckshot than Logan Paul. Pa- Largely in part because he's shorter and would be easier for him to land properly.
all right, well, until that happens, Logan Paul does it better, I think.
Because he does it.
Yeah, so that's my point. Two two men who don't like each other. And then there's Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar at Backlash, and they're gonna take on each other. And this match, it didn't disappoint. If you were looking for Cody Rhodes to beat Brock Lesnar, and also for Brock Lesnar to be the one that's cut open, then this was for you. Um, of course, no one can beat Brock Lesnar clean these days. So Cody had to attack Brock before the bell. And here we are. So Cody wins by turning the Kimura into a pinning predicament and has to run for his life. Although on his way out of the ring, he almost met the steel stairs with his face. So that was something.
I missed that part, but yeah, way they did a good job of telling the story that Brock is absolutely dominating, and Cody by no means earned that victory. He squeaked by just barely. And then, of course, we had the aftermath of that, which was on Raw with the vicious attack by Brock Lesnar. We saw the stitches in his forehead, saying, "Look at my face." It was, as you called it, like the most intimidating thing ever. And they're going to run it back at Night of Champions. Brock said fight, though. Brock said he wants to fight Cody Rhodes, but they're still promoting it as a match. So I wonder if it's going to be turned to a street fight or something between now and then.
Or a fight pit match.
They could certainly do a fight pit match.
Because that's like a cage match.
Yep.
Did you like Backlash, everybody? I'm sure you did. We need to come up with a rating system. Um. All right.
I, th- I
So,
I think it was a stronger pay per view than most non Big Four that we've had in a while. Based on the star power involved, the storylines going into it, I think it was overall high profile, very well done.
all right. So from now on, we're gonna say it's a pay-per-view or a premium live event. So if it's a pay-per-view, that means it's good. And if you had to pay $50, you wouldn't be upset that you paid $50. And as a premium live event, it's like, yeah, it was fine for $10
Mm.
that I forgot that I had to pay.
9.99.
Something like that. Whatever you got to pay for Peacock. So I'm gonna give this PPV all day. Um, I think Puerto Rico's the best crowd for obvious reasons. No
Amazing crowd.
bias, but the best
Mm.
crowd in the world. They're looking to make this into an annual thing like Backlash Puerto Rico for life. It sounds great, but I don't know. But we shall see.
I read that they probably won't make it an annual thing because this was paid for by the tourism board of Puerto Rico, And typically, tourism boards don't pay to bring in the same act every year.
Well, it won't be as profitable, I guess, but they could still make it profitable with merch and
Right.
building the card like they did here. Um, but I don't know if they're always gonna have Bad Bunny.
Right. The thing is, the tourism board put up $1.5 million to WWE for the event.
That's nothing. Vince has $9 billion. He can do this. He can do this all day.
If he wanted.
I heard that he's gonna be CEO for life and afterlife. Like even like after Vince, who will of course outlive all of us. He will in perpetuity be like, you know, the whatever is in charge, forever.
He's the perpetual CEO, Chief Eternal Officer.
They're gonna put his brain on like a computer, and he's gonna be like Arnim Zola in Captain America. He's just gonna exist on a computer giving orders for Hydra. I mean WWE all day. It's like just printing out creative on like a Scantron. It's like I don't know how to read this. Just put it in the machine. Here's Rich the Riz for the quick hits of what you might have missed and some things that he thought was pretty cool.
Yep, got 3 quick hits I want to discuss right here, right now. First up, Zoe Stark beat Nikki Cross in her main roster debut. One thing that I noticed about Zoe Stark in this match was she looked like she felt more comfortable than just about any other NXT call up previously, as if like it wasn't a call up, as if she had been there the whole time. So good on her for all that prep work she had done to get to that point. Number 2, Cameron Grimes made his main roster debut in a super quick win over Baron Corbin. And that's how you do it. Corbin talks trash, you hit your finish, you go cash your check. And last but not least, one quick headline right here. Robert Roode, who has been off of TV for quite a while now, he revealed on Instagram that he had C4 and C5 neck fusion surgery yesterday, so on Friday, complementing the C5 C6 fusion surgery he underwent in November. Get well soon, Robert Roode.
All right, great. Now, take your shirt off, and then
Why?
uh, for the people.
They want that?
No, they don't want that.
Oh, okay.
All right. I guess I just wanted to see what it was like to be a disembodied voice talking to somebody like a producer. All right,
I
great.
go like this if it makes you feel better. I am being told. Hold on a moment. I need instructions from my producer.
We're not doing that.
That they don't expect Jerry to ever hold the basement championship again.
Well, it just so happens that I don't care about the rules.
Screw the rules. Play the game.
Exactly. I'm like Triple H without anything else. All right. So, that was great. So, thank you everybody for coming here, visiting us here at the Basement Bookers podcast, checking out the aftermath of what was a backlash to end all backlashes recently this year. So, uh, looking forward to a lot of things. Looking forward to Asuka being bad? Question mark. And you know, sometimes it's okay to overreact when you get sprayed in the eyes. I think Asuka put like Tabasco sauce in it or something, make it extra spicy. It's bad for
Right.
your eyes. You get spice in your eyes. You're
Got
gonna
some
have to
habanero from Puerto Rico.
habanero sauce specifically from the fans of the EO Sky from Puerto Rico. Um, I mean, I can't think of anything more exciting than boy Bayley. You know, she's a failure, isn't she? She's just losing. She's just taking L's. just doing all the favors for her friends. Um, is she going to renew her contract? I don't know.
Yeah, she will.
Sure. Yeah. Well, who's looking to make an impact? Not Bayley. So,
That would be Trinity.
well, everybody, thank you for coming here to the Basement Bookers podcast, checking out what we thought about Backlash. And now that we're done talking about what we thought, we want to know what you thought about it. What do you think the best match was? How did you feel about Backlash in general, the crowd, Bad Bunny beating Priest, Seth Rollins becoming the first ever winner of the Seth Rollins Please Don't Go Championship? What do you think about that? In the most predictable tournament in the history of tournaments. What about you, Rich? You have questions?
I have plenty of questions, none of which that would actually pertain to this podcast, though.
Okay, great. Well, feel free to check out the link tree that's linked below. It's got all the Basement Bookers Pod socials. You want to go to Instagram, Basement Bookers Pod and the Instagram. Buttercup, you go over there, you check out all the reels. Just get in there, get it all in there, get all the reels, and keep it real, like the Basement Bookers podcast. And if you don't know, now you know.
Like Jared said, do the link tree, comment below, let us know. Jared's got a party message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall, so make it count.
And do what the man says.
Follow the Booker.